Hey, Shalawam, man, my camera. Salakia. Alright, Salakia. Alright, Shalawam, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well, and sincerity taught us his truth. And Shalawam to the Lord, told elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yerami Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash, Salakia. Hope I ain't got no hiccups. Okay. Quick Q&A on lunch, right? Just, got about 20 minutes, really about 10 to get back, but it's all good. Alright, so quick Q&A for anybody that may have questions, anybody that's coming up in the panel. But in the meantime, I'll go to John the 7th chapter, verse I just read, and I wanted to go into it some more. I just read on the elders live, so I'm gonna go back over there. And for everybody I had an issue, with it only being 144,000 men. The men being of the 144,000, all you people that got an issue with that, y'all kick rocks. Okay? That's what the scripture says, man. Alright, according to order, according to structure. It's men. Men are the ruling, not women. Alright, at the end of the day. So if you don't understand that, then you're trying to assert women in those power seats, those positions of power, then you're wicked. Alright, you simp. You're a simp. Stop taking that simp. You're trying to take that simp shit to the kingdom. It's not gonna work. There will be no simps in the kingdom of the nation of Israel. Okay? Now these heathens are gonna have to work out their issues. Okay, so this is John 7. And somebody beeped. Oh, I gotta go soon. Alright, this is John 7. And I'll start where we just started. Verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So you don't want to judge a book by its cover. The world tells you this many types of ways, many different ways. Don't judge a book by its cover, but actually get to know an individual, actually get their fruits. If you judging for you brothers, man, okay, you're looking at women and you're dealing with a woman just because of how she looks, that's a trap for you. You're setting yourself up for a miserable fail. You're setting yourself up for toxicity. Alright? A lot of these women, they dress how they dress to attract men, but more so to attract money, to attract a stable position. And then you have individuals, men that will try to portray that type of role and be broke as hell, alright, and not stable, or they may have some money, but then their character and their morals are not there, attracting each other. It's the demons in both of y'all that's attracting one another. Demons in both of y'all that's attracting one another. The fake chick with the fake butt, the fake lips, eyelashes, wigs, all of that is attracting the fake man who puts all his power and trust in money, his cars, his clothes, his house, right? He puts everything in that. He doesn't really have a true moral background. He doesn't really have true morals. He doesn't really have a true character. He doesn't really have faith. He doesn't have confidence in himself. He has confidence in his things. He has confidence in his carnal means. Alright? Things that he says and he thinks are his accomplishments. But Yahawah gave you those things, even if you didn't know him. Right? So you two are attracting each other. And y'all shall fall and unalive together. Right? Shalawam. And y'all shall fall and unalive together. Right? Shalawam. Unless one of y'all repents and comes back into this truth. Okay? So you don't want to judge according to appearance, but you want to judge righteous judgment. You shall know them by their fruits. Alright, verse 25. Then said some of them of Jerusalem, is not this he whom they seek to kill? Then they say, Yahawashi, this is Joseph's son. He's the son of a carpenter. That's all they knew him as. This is Joseph's son. Well, he can't be the Messiah. He built chairs. He built tables. He's a carpenter. He builds furniture. This is the Messiah, though? What you said? This is him? Joseph's son? Mary's boy? This is him? So that's what they were saying. They was looking at him like that. Alright? Because they was judging not righteous judgment. They were judging off the appearance. Alright? Because they knew him. They grew up with him. They was around him. Right? But his calling was different. We was around family members, individuals, cousins, whatever, sisters, brothers. But our calling was different. So now that we're in this position of doing what we're doing, they can't really see and believe it from us because they've been around us their entire life. Even though they may have seen stuff in us, we may have been different. We may have been set apart. We may have been holy, right? Or we may have been, you know, just different. I was black sheep of my family, always. I always telling them about the Illuminati when I was in the world. I was like, Illuminati this, Illuminati that. They ain't believe me, okay? I was telling them about the MOTB when I was 15. They ain't believe me, okay? I was telling them about things of that nature. The magazine, because all of that was in the book of Behold a Pale Horse, which I read when I was 15. So I was telling them this stuff. They ain't believe me. They just, yeah, okay, whatever, right? So seeing all that, hearing all that, they wouldn't believe me then when I didn't have the truth. They're not going to believe me now when I have the truth. It's going to be the same song. You're trying to tell them. And they can look and see that Yahawah has been trying to help them for over 15 years. Right? He's been trying to reach them through individuals that were placed in their life. Right? But they don't want to get it. They don't want to take it. So you got to let that be. Right? And it's because of that comfortability. It's because they know you. They saw you come out. They saw you be born. They was around you growing up. They knew you when you was a baby. Or they knew you in school. They knew they grew up. They went to church with you. They played on the basketball team with you. Whatever it was. Okay? So that comfortability, that familiar reality of it. So they can't believe that when you're speaking the word of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, that this is correct, etc., etc. So this is what they're saying. Then said some of them of Jerusalem, is not this he whom they seek to kill? But lo, he speaketh boldly, and they say nothing unto him. Do the rulers know indeed that this is the very Hamashiach? Howbeit we know this man whence he is, but when Hamashiach cometh, no man knoweth whence he is. Failing to understand the Hamashiach was right here in front of you. Alright? They was failing to understand that. Then cried Yahawashi in the temple as he taught, saying, Ye both know me, and you know whence I am, and I am not come of myself, but he that sent me is true, whom ye know not. No, and that goes the same for the prophets. We're not speaking of ourselves. Alright? We're speaking about Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, first, foremost, all day, every single day. That's who we uplifting. That's who we lifting up. Those that have sent us. Brothers are sent. We went into earlier today ambassadors, right? We are sent. We are ambassadors. That's high-ranking officials. We are the high-ranking officials of Israel. The Congress. Okay? The senators. You know, to put it in that understanding. The House of Representatives. You would have the Senate, which is the highest, and then you have the House of Representatives, which would be like the 1/3. All right, so that's what we are, the highest ranking of the nation of Israel. That's what we are, man. Yahawah Ratazah. We be those individuals because we dare not to make ourselves of that number. All right, but if we are those individuals, then that's what it is. That's what it's set up to be. The ruling class. You have ruling class in every nation. The elites right now would be like the 144K of Edom. Okay? The banking families, the Rothschilds, them and their families, their households. That's the ones that's ruling. We ain't talking about no damn country bumpkin Esau. Yeah, he wicked still, but he a low-level ass Edomite. Okay? That would be like a 2/3 Israelite in the kingdom, but even still then, that 2/3 Israelite is going to be a king and a priest. Okay? He's going to have land. He's going to have authority. He's going to be in order. He's going to keep the laws, commandments, and statutes. He's going to have slaves under him. Okay? Even at the end of the day. Alright? That's the difference between our kingdom and their kingdom. In their kingdom, they don't give a damn about their own people. They got their people down here losing it, man. They got their people out here eating, drinking shit water, piss water, man. They don't care about their people. Alright? In our kingdom, our people first and foremost will be taken care of, and then going to these heathens, we're going to teach them. We're going to take care of them. We're going to teach them properly. We're going to teach them correct. Under servitude, they're going to learn. They're going to get better. You know, and then going down to our animals. Our animals are going to be taken care of. All right? I'm going to have a couple tigers, a couple lions, all right? A couple leopards, a couple black panthers, etc., etc. They're going to be taken care of. Right? And then the thing that's lower than them, Esau. Now, your ass going to be in a pit. You ain't going to be taken care of. All right? At the end of the day. Yo, man. All right, I'll get them precepts for you. And Shalawam, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, to every brother and sister coming in. Matthew 19:28. All right, and the brother said, Yahawashi told the apostles that they will be judging the 12 tribes. What is that? Ruling class. A ruling class. You got to have a ruling class type of mindset that you are about to enter into rulership. Right? Let's get that. Matthew 19:28, and we're going to start at 27. All right, so brother Dora. All right. Matthew 19:27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So, hey, that's a good question. What's our reward? We giving up everything. What's our reward? Is that a selfish question? No. Peter just wanted to know, and you know, we gave up everything for you. You know, we gonna get something back. Alright? Like, the answer was no. I'm still rocking with you though. Right? At the end of the day, but Peter just wanted to know. And Yahawashi like, hey, you gonna be good, bro. Alright? And Yahawashi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's the reward. Okay? The return in the investment. The ROI. There you go. You in stocks, bro? The ROI. The return on investment. Right? So we invest. That's why, man, how much you invest, hey, your reward is going to be major. The works. The faith. You know? I used to do stocks. Right? And the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, right? Or the bigger the downfall. But ain't no downfall in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? So let's say you put 1,000 in the Apple 10 years ago. You would be a millionaire right now. Okay? Just period off that. So you risked it, that $1,000, and you place it in there. So take that into this truth. You putting a lot of time into this truth. You studying, you reading, you researching, you doing your works, you hitting the corners, you doing what you're supposed to do. That return on investment is gonna be, boy. Alright? You building, man. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi sees everything that you do. Regardless. On camera, off camera, regardless. Alright? In your mind, everything. So you want a huge ROI. Return on investment. So as the brother Yasharahla always say, you get in what you put in. You get out what you put in. So what you put in, you get back out. You reap what you sow. A crazy ROI. You know, this is why, hey, you know, I got in trouble for telling brothers, you know, do a lesson, do a lesson, do a lesson. But that was just love. Because I want y'all brothers to have a crazy ROI. So I try to lead by example, you know, presenting that, hey, you know, put it in, put the work in. Help feed the sheep. I want the sheep to be fed every single day, man. And not just no trash ass food. You don't just do a lesson to do a lesson. But I want them to be fed with some nutrients, something good that can build them up, you know, and it'll better the flock. So keeping it going, let's go back to John the 7th chapter. My Salaki. I didn't get all of that. I wanted to get more of that. Verse 29, and everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. Alright? But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So, this includes other individuals other than the disciples. Right? Those that follow Yahawashi. So it's more than 12. So they're going to be given a lot too. 100-fold. Right? So that's a beautiful thing. You know? So there is and it's a lot of individuals that will follow Yahawashi. Regardless of popular opinion that he went unto his people and they received him not. That's a damn lie. He went to Nazareth, which is the hood, and they was trying to unalive him. But a lot of people received Yahawashi. Okay, it's far more than 12 individuals today preaching about Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay, it's far more than 70 because he sent 70 men out. It's far more than 70 men preaching and teaching about Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right, you have to think about all the time frames of life. Right, during Samuel's time, it was a lot of prophets. During Elijah's time, it was a lot of prophets. During Isaiah's time, it was a lot of prophets. During Moses' time, it was other prophets. You have elders of Israel set up, right? These were individuals that were keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. You had multiple elders set up, all right? So you had all these individuals of these different nations that were prophets, okay? So just because you don't see the name in the book, it doesn't mean that it wasn't other prophets at that time that were doing the correct things. The book, it doesn't mean that it wasn't other prophets at that time that were doing the correct things. Let's get Mark 9 real quick. And I'm trying to make this because I got to get back to work. Mark 9 and 38. And John answered him, saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name, and he followed not us. And we forbade him because he followed not us. This is the thing with brothers. Don't be camp banging. Don't be, oh, the brother ain't got GMS on his name, so fuck him. No, that ain't it. You don't move like that. All right? Just because he's not in your camp doesn't mean that the brother will not make it. Okay? But Yahawashi said, forbid him not, for there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can likely speak evil of me. Alright? For he that is not against us is on our part. So he's for us. For whosoever shall give you a cup of water to drink in my name, that living water, pouring it out, trying to give some brothers to drink, right? Because ye belong to Hamashiach, verily I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward. So that ROI that brother is putting in, he's going to get it back, that return on investment, regardless. Now, is the doctrine correct? Is the message correct? Is he giving double honors? Does he know where his truth came from? Or he just pop up out of the woodworks and say that he got the truth? That ain't true. You have to know who came before you. You have to give double honors. You have to give that respect. All right? Because if you don't give double honors, then you basically not even recognizing Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, because you're not recognizing those that were sent by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Understand that. So, as Yahawashi said, they hate me. They hate you because of my name, because they don't know who sent me. They don't love him. All right, that's what's that? John 17 again, I believe, right? Or it might be John and 7. No, that's John 17. All right, so basically, you gotta. It goes back to us being a part of this one body, you know. So you have to give reverence to the body. You have to honor the body. You have to honor those that came before you, because they've been doing everything that you're doing right now. You 3 years, 4 years in, complaining about some damn scoffers and mockers on your comment board. Like that's fit. That little fish. That's little fish. You think the elders is caring about some damn scoffers and mockers? They've been doing this for 30 years, bro. You think they care about some scoffers and mockers on the comment board, right? These are little fish. They've been doing that. They've been going through that. They've been losing jobs. They've been doing that. They've been going through that. They've been losing jobs. They've been hitting the street corners. They've been standing out in 40 degree, 50 degree weather. They've been doing that. But you over here complaining. You talking about, yeah, I can't do a lesson today because my phone on 10%. And, you know, it don't work right when it's on 10. Man, yo, tomorrow morning, Yahawah, I'm tired of the excuses. That's going to be the title of the lesson. No more excuses, man. No more excuses. And I bet a lot of you brothers ain't going to tune in. No more excuses. All right, let's finish this up, man. Back to John 7 chapter. All right, verse 25. But lo, he speaketh boldly. He speaketh boldly. So Yahawashi speak boldly. Don't we speak boldly? Don't we come in the same manner, the same way? We follow the example. He speaketh boldly, and they say nothing unto him. Do the rulers know indeed that this is the very Hamashiach? Howbeit we know this man which he is, but when Hamashiach cometh, no man knoweth whence he is. Then cried Yahawashi in the temple, as he taught, saying, Ye both know me, and ye know whence I am, and I am not come of myself. But he that sent me is true, whom ye know not. Look out for men. It's a red flag when men are lifting up themselves. Men are riding in on horses, right? Men are bragging about how much money they making in a week because they leeching off of their congregation, okay? Men are lifting up themselves, telling elders to retire, okay? Look out for these men. These are red flags, all right? Men are changing the doctrine up, saying that America is not going to burn, okay? Saying that the lake of fire is a river. Look out for these men, all right? These wicked ass individuals. They come in their own name. These are false prophets, all right? At the end of the day, he said, and I am not come of myself, but he that sent me is true, whom ye know not. The Pharisees, a lot of them didn't know Yahawah. A lot of them didn't know. Some of them did. Some of them believe in Yahawashi, but a lot of them didn't know. So understanding that, it's the same thing in every camp. Some brothers know Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. A lot don't know. So do you throw the whole camp away? No. Alright, maybe some brothers in there that need to get the understanding that may be looking and listening from the background. You might not be even in here in these 8 people that's in here. You may be on the background because you don't want to come in. You don't want your name to pop up and me to see who you are or whatever. You ashamed. Alright, whatever it be. Man, yeah, I know them brothers over there, Great Millstone affiliates. They be teaching that truth, but I can't let nobody know because, you know, ISUPK, you know, Sakari, you know, IUIC, you know, we got to keep it. But them brothers at GMS, we know. It's okay though, bro. All right, it's coming a time where that line in the sand is going to be, that line in the sand is going to be drawn. And you're going to leave that bullshit ass shit that you over there doing. And you're going to come into the truth. All right? You finally going to be in the truth. Finally. Because when you come into, how do you get in the truth? 100%. You got to be keeping it correctly, getting the proper understanding. You can't be in the truth doing bullshit. Period. Not keeping the Shabbat correctly. All right? You can't. You're not in the truth. You're halfway in. That's lukewarm. Well, you know what they say about lukewarm people, right? Yeah, that's lukewarm. You're going to get that, I never knew you speech. You don't want to get that speech. You want to get that, you done good speech. You want to get that pat on the back. All right? You want to get that. You don't want to get that I never knew you speech. Depart speech. All right? Man, I gotta go. For real. All right, let's, I'm going to get a little bit more of this, man. I'm going to get a little bit more of this. Verse 30. Then they sought to take him, but no man laid hands on him because his hour was not yet come. Esau would love to snatch us up. But guess what? Our hour has not yet come. They have to move with that appointed time type of spirit. They have to move and they have to do things. They can touch the 2/3. They're doing that, right? 2/3 are in the way. They don't know. They have no wisdom. They have no understanding. They don't know what time it is. So they're in the way, so they can be touched. But we know exactly what time it is. So we're not in the way. We're out of the way. And that's the best way to be. Right? Because it's not our time. Our hour has not yet come. Okay? And many of the people believed on him. Many believe on us. We come in the names of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And said, when Hamashiach cometh, will he do more miracles than these which this man have done? So they believed in the works. The works, the stuff that he did. He gave you proof, evidence that this is him who you've been waiting for. Alright? So regardless of those wicked Pharisees, regardless of what they saw, they didn't care. He made somebody come back to life. Still, we need to unalive them. Alright, dude was blind for 30 years, but he gave his sight back. Still, we need to unalive him. Dude was a cripple for 38 years. But still, I don't care about none of that. That's what them Pharisees was on, bro. They didn't care about none of the miracles that Yahawashi performed. They didn't care about none of the works. None of it. Alright? You brought a woman. You brought a prostitute. You brought her in front of Yahawashi and said, we need to stone. Where the man at, though? If the woman was wicked, she was committing adultery, where's the man she was committing adultery with? Right? You wasn't keeping the laws correctly, bro. You wasn't keeping them. But you talking about law this, law that. You same Negroes are back on this planet today, bro. Back on this planet. Half-ass, lukewarm individuals, man. That's what y'all are. That's what y'all always been. Since the beginning of time. Since the beginning. That's what y'all always been, man. This is why this one right here, we're going to end it right here. The Pharisees heard that the people murmured such things concerning him. They got jealous. They started hating. Alright? And the Pharisees and the chief priests sent officers to take him. This is what's going to happen when these times come. You're going to have such men, IUIC, such men that done took the bag. We ain't even got to name them. Alright? Such men that done took the bag. They know where we be at, etc., etc. Esau know where we be at. We see how Haman, we know who Haman is. We see how Haman just pulled up on the brothers in the UK. So Esau knows exactly where you teaching at, bro. Alright? Location. It don't matter if you don't even got your location on. They know. Okay? You'll be in track. Your car got a chip in it. You'll be in track. Your license plate got a chip in it if you bought it after, I believe, like 2000, it's like 2021 or 2020 or something like that. All right, license plates are coming with that RFID chip in it. Okay, so regardless, you'll be in track. The satellite can pinpoint your location. You'll be in track. Okay, so that's why we gotta trust in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right, but you're gonna have men turning on us. When it talks about foes of your own household, it's also talking about people of your own nation that's gonna turn on you, betray you, send you in. Yeah, them brothers go live every Friday, every Saturday at 3:30. They be on this corner at this time. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, agents gonna show up. All right, etc., etc. Okay? We know, man, because they're jealous and they're hateful that we got the truth and they don't. They're without it. They despise. That's the same thing. Because it's the same. We're walking in a similar light of Yahawashi. Alright, so is the servant greater than the master? That's the question you need to be asking yourself at this point in time. Alright, I was just flowing through the spirit. It's supposed to be a quick Q&A, but it turned into just, John 7 chapter and just flowing. So I gotta go back to the plantation. I hope this was edifying. Shalawam, the brothers Shakwaya, Apayam, Kakama, and every other brother and sister that was in here. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone and Shalawam. As always, Kwam Yasharahla and a Bible ball to this wicked kingdom. I may this bitch fall soon. Shalawam.